Good Tuesday morning, everybody. It has been way too long. Thank you for all the messages. I got so many messages. Are you okay? Are you still alive? Why hasn't there been a morning briefing? And the reason why was I went to Florida to celebrate my son Patrick's wedding to a beautiful girl, wonderful person, Kaylin, and it was just a memorable weekend. So I hope you'll forgive me for that, but I got a little carried away with the celebration, having so much fun, meeting Kaylin's family. It was a remarkable time. But now, back to business, and we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to have some windy conditions, but by Friday, everything's going to go to flat, gorgeous, calm, and extend into the weekend. If you're thinking about a weekend trip like we are on the Relentless, you're going to have absolutely gorgeous weather. We're going to cover the Bluefin bite or lack of. We're going to cover Ensenada. We've even got some striper information from Lake Havasu and so much more. You know what time it is, everybody. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, and it's good to be back. Divine. Hey, it really is great to be back with you. It was really a remarkable time in Florida, which is a great state. I mean, there's water and boats everywhere. There's fish everywhere. But of course, I was there for Patrick's wedding, and it was really a memorable time. Both Philip and Patrick, their speeches were just outstanding. Philip's got a future as a stand-up comedian, and Patrick's speech was so real about his grandfather and so much more. It's really, really beautiful. And Kaylin and her family, remarkable human beings. So happy they are part of the family, and we are part of their family now. So really, really great stuff. Missed you all and missed doing the morning briefing, but here we are. Let's get it rocking and rolling again, as it's truly great to be back with you all again. Once again, remember how important that weather situation is, and it looks like this weekend is going to be gorgeous, flat, calm. If you're on our Relentless trip, I'm playing a little catch up, but I will get a sheet out to you this afternoon on all of what we hope to accomplish on this trip. And don't you dare forget, everything, meals, beverages, beer, it's all included in the price on this one. It's going to be a really great trip. All right, let's get into it. First of all, December the 1st, what's going to happen December the 1st? The Danny Cadota Show is what's going to happen. I'm so excited about that show. I think Danny is one of the nicest human beings you ever have the pleasure of running into. And then add to it, he is so knowledgeable, has so much experience in both freshwater and saltwater. It's going to be a great show. It debuts here on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel December the 1st. Don't you dare miss it. It'll be a live show. Squid continue to move into a variety of our islands. And of course, that is a magnet. That squid, that market squid, which is the squid we all use for bait, that is a magnet for predators, and we're seeing a little bit of that, and we'll see more as we go along. And I think we'll see, again, huge white sea bass scores next spring, more than likely in the Channel Islands, but who knows exactly where. That's all looking really, really good right now. All right, we mentioned the weather. It's going to be a little breezy, but it's kind of a Santa Ana condition right now, and then it will mellow out, and this weekend is going to be absolutely gorgeous. We'll be watching it all for you very, very closely. Let me start you out down there in beautiful Ensenada, Baja, California, with our friend Victor and the folks from, of course, Blackfin Sportfishing. We have fished out of there. We absolutely love it. You will too. And in the coming months, those big lingcod will move into that cooler water along the Baja coast. And the guys at Blackfin are not afraid to go the distance. They will do it. They'll go down to the Soledad Bank. They'll fish all those areas, and here recently, they've had some really excellent fishing on quality fish. I mean, Boccaccio reds, lingcod, all kinds of other bottom grabbers that provide such excellent table fare. It has really been good. Victor explains that the water temp has really dropped. At best, 65 degrees. On the Soledad Bank, they had like 60 degrees down there near Santo Tomas. So it's cooler now, and it's providing us with just really wonderful bottom fishing, and that's my favorite kind of fishing. I absolutely love catching bottom stuff. I love the whole thing about it, and then of course the subsequent feast that is always so good. Fish tacos or ceviche or whatever you want to have. It's really good. So down there at Blackfin, they are still doing their thing, and join them for a trip. You have my word, you are going to love it. It's an awesome place to fish out of. So hopefully that's going to continue to head in the right direction. Paul Fanning was on a recent 2.5-day trip on board the Tribute. Now, some of this is old news, but it goes along with what is currently going on. Paul has a YouTube channel, California Saltwater Fishing, and he was on board that one, and a 2.5-day trip. They ended up with 5 on the bluefin tuna. They fished from San Clemente Island down into Mexican waters, worked super hard at it, but man, even though they saw bluefin tuna, they just didn't want to bite. Had lockjaw and didn't want to chew at all, and we're seeing that over a wide area. Is the offshore season over? Paul asked rhetorically. I don't know, to be perfectly honest with you. Acts like it is, but I'm not sure, because, all we need is a tick up in water temp, or maybe these fish acclimate to that cooler water. They bit in this kind of water earlier in the season. Maybe they acclimate to it. They're going to have to feed, and maybe we'll get back into it. Only time will tell. And this weekend is going to be a good gauge of that, because you're going to have such glorious, beautiful, flat, calm weather. So it should be really, really good. Needless to say, if you're jumping on a boat out of San Diego day and a half, you kind of got to prepare for everything and bring the kitchen sink, So, nighttime fishing, you definitely want to have that if you're on a day and a half trip or better. So you want to have those heavier knife jigs. 200 to 500 grams are good, depending upon wind and current. And it looks like there's not going to be any wind at all. And I'm talking about out to Tanner Bank and then down the Baja coast, out there on the Butterfly Bank. All these zones that have been fished here recently. Daytime fish have been fluorocarbon fish. You want to fish 40 to 60 pound on the bigger grade fish, drop down to 25. When you can't get a bite on that heavier string, we love Opsin fluorocarbon, as you well know. www.opsinusa.com. Put in FA at checkout, and Greg Brown will send you a note and a free gift. So those fish in the daytime, you're definitely taking your time and choosing a really good hot bait. Makes all the difference in the world. Fishing fluoro, a 2.0 size hook will usually get the job done nicely for you, but you want to have some number 2 size hooks also, just in case. The Old Glory day and a half trip with 9 bluefin tuna. The Legend on a 2.5-day trip with 27 guys, 26 bluefin tuna. Not bad, not setting the world on fire. You can hear it's hit and miss right now. That offshore scene is sputtering, and we'll have to see what this nice weather brings us. A little bit of that, and who knows, we might get back on the 2. So that offshore bite, definitely sputtering right now. We'll have to see where it goes. No, I don't know that anybody's been down to Collinette yet, but I think that is within the realm of possibilities now. I mean, fishing down there has been good for yellowtail in past seasons, a little later in the year normally, and then rockfish, but we'll just keep our eyes on it, see where we go from here, see if anybody starts running early trips down in that neck of the woods where you have a mix of yellowtail and really great bottom fishing. We'll see how that goes. All right, the El Patron, it's here at 22nd Street Landing, Sea Angel, but they're changing the name to El Patron. It's going to run out of Puerto Vallarta. Ricky Carbajal, Chris Isaac, 2 great friends of mine who are doing a great job, and you're going to want to join them when that rig gets down to Puerto Vallarta. I've had a chance to go and walk on it and check it out with Captain Tom Durer, and Tom was so impressed. And when Tom gets impressed, I start listening up, because he doesn't get impressed that easily. Very impressed with the rig. They've been bouncing around here recently. They've been out with Damien here from 22nd Street Landing, Brian from the Monte Carlo. They've been out bouncing around. They went out to Clemente. This was about a week ago. Had 3 bluefin tuna out there in that neck of the woods. More recently, they fished Santa Barbara Island, where they saw squid around. They ended up with 5 nice big yellowtail. Some of those yellows taken on the dropper loop, others on a sliding egg sinker. Brian Burrell said he was fishing the sliding egg and got a nice fat yellows. I mean, yellows 18 to 25 and bigger than that. And then they also had some sheepshead and rockfish to go along with it. And that doesn't surprise me one bit at all that SBI is biting. There's squid there. There's that magnet that draws those predators in. That is all super positive for the future. That, if anybody's going out there on a private boat, or I know there's some guys running out of here tonight. Freedom is going tonight. I believe the Pride is going tonight. we'll see what happens on those trips out there in that neck of the woods. If you're going on one of those two trips or a similar type trip, definitely want to have some dropper loop material, so bring some torpedo sinkers, and then sliding eggs have also been working really, really well. Up there in the Channel Islands, still get the occasional halibut, occasional white sea bass, and copious amounts of beautifully colored rockfish, and they've been doing their thing up there. That is such a great bite up there in that neck of the woods. Along the coast, we are looking at mostly, shallow water rockfish, sculpin, some bonita fishing going on, like here on the Horseshoe Kelp. There's still bass fishing to be had, much easier to accomplish on a private boat, but some of the sport boat guys have also come up with some bass fishing. You might see some wintertime bass biting, especially if you have live squid. The sand bass fishing on structure can be quite good, so we'll keep our eyes on that for you also. And along the surf, we see a few halibut and a few spot fin and croaker continue to bite. Water temps are coming down right now, but I mean, you walk outside here at 22nd Street Landing this morning, and it's as gorgeous a day as you could imagine. In fact, I bundled up. It was so cold last night, and bundled up and came down to the landing. And it's like, what's going on here, man? It's like 90 degrees. It's gorgeous. So it's absolutely beautiful. Hopefully, we'll get a little bit of solar warming and see those fish start to react. And again, we've got boats going from 22nd Street Landing this evening. So tomorrow's morning briefing, we'll have some more info, and hopefully that stuff is going to continue to bite. All right, Jamie Argent, big time Friedman Adventures supporter, sent in this photo. It's his brother-in-law, Joe, in Minnesota. He thinks it's a big trout. Maybe one of you out there actually knows what it is, because yours truly has no idea what kind of fish that is. So we'll keep our eyes on that for you very, very closely. If you know, drop a comment in our YouTube comment section, because, you can educate me. I don't know that much about freshwater fishing. And Rob Brashaw, 40-plus stripers fishing Lake Havasu here recently. In the photo with him is his father-in-law, Mark Garlado. Sorry about that, Mark. And those guys had just magnificent fishing at Havasu on the stripers. It was wide open, and there you see the subsequent feast. So much great fish to eat. And stripers, a lot of people say they taste like white sea bass. They are really a great eating fish. All right, some nice weather on the horizon this weekend. Is going to be really, really beautiful. It's great to be back from Florida. Say hello to you all again and get the morning briefing rocking and rolling. And of course, December the 1st, we've got the Danny Cadota Show. And we've got a lot more coming for you in 2023 as the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel is going to continue to grow, and I mean grow big time. You're going to love a lot of the new shows we have headed your way. Thanks again, everybody. I really and truly missed you. Hang on one second. Let me toast you all one more time and say that it's great to be back with you all again. We'll keep it rolling. Take care. Drop a comment in our YouTube channel section. It really helps us a lot, and pound on that like button. That thumbs up means a lot to us and really helps us so much. Take care, my friends. Hope to see you soon, and thanks for joining us here on the morning briefing. If I don't see you on our relentless trip this weekend, I hope to see you really, really soon some other time. Good morning. Take care, my friends.